What's going on, ladies and gents, boys and girls, guardians of all ages? Joker back again once again, and today, people, today we are covering the most important part of this most recent This Week at Bungie, at least when it comes to the game. And no, we're not talking about the event pass, the wonderful new monetization to sweep the nation that nobody asked for. No, we're talking about the wonderful world of armor stat grinding. You heard me right, ladies and gents, boys and girls, guardians of all ages. For those of you who are like me, who doesn't have triple 100s. Or, you know, those people who have now found themselves in a world where resilience is one of the most important stats in the game, and you weren't ready for that eventuality, well, the Solstice of Heroes has you covered. Actually, now it is just Solstice, but I will still probably call it Solstice of Heroes, because that's what I've done for years. But how will the Solstice event help you with your armor, you ask? Well, Solstice armor upgrading currencies. Silver Leaves. Earn Silver Leaves by completing activities throughout the game. Silver Ash. Transform Silver Leaves into Silver Ash by completing the new activity Bonfire Bash. Spend Silver Ash to reroll armor stats from the armor mod screen. Kindling. Earn Kindling by completing Solstice event challenges. Spend Kindling to upgrade your armor stat roll potential. Each piece of armor can be upgraded 3 times, 3 tiers. You only need to do this once per armor slot. Every time you upgrade a piece of Solstice armor, it is permanent and shared across all pieces of that slot. So, if you upgrade a helmet all the way to tier 3, every Solstice helmet currently in your inventory and any future helmets you earn for that class can now access tier 3 stat rolls. So let's break this down. Complete event challenges to earn Kindling. Use Kindling to permanently upgrade your Solstice armor stat roll potential. Complete a wide variety of activities throughout the game to earn Silver Leaves. Complete the Solstice activity Bonfire Bash to transform Silver Leaves into Silver Ash. Use Silver Ash to reroll stats from the armor mod screen. Keep earning and spending Silver Ash to reroll armor to get stats you want. Once you fully rerolled stats on a piece of armor, pick up a new piece of armor for the same slot to start rerolling stats again. The new Solstice armor set features both free and paid glows, like previous years. And, just like last year, fully upgrading a piece of armor with Kindling will cause it to glow. Once your armor is all nice and shiny, you gain access to high stat roll focusing on a stat or 2 of your choice. Alright, that's everything you need to know about Solstice armor upgrading. Check out the event next week to discover everything Solstice has to offer, and get ready to build your perfect armor set. So yeah, grab your triple free 100s if you don't already have them. As for the event itself, I can't say that I'm overly excited to be playing yet another Horde mode, not Horde mode, Horde mode. You'd think an event would be an opportunity for Bungie to offer us something different. Something new, something interesting, something that's a break from the tedium that is day-to-day Destiny. An opportunity to test new ways of telling story, or introduce new mechanics without the obligation of keeping them around long term. That's why SRL back in the day made for such a great end of the year palette cleanser. You'd have your raids and your strikes and your PvP grinds throughout the year. Then comes the end of the year and you have SRL, something entirely different than anything else you've been playing all year. In Destiny 2, however, with its event, it seems all we're doing is going from one monotonous loot grind to the next. Again, the player base kinda seems already burnt out with Horde mode, not Horde modes. So I'm not sure another one in between seasons 18 and 19 is the right answer. Again, it just sounds like a recipe for burning players out even quicker next season. I mean, think about it. Most people just spent all of Season of the Haunted grinding out some of the best weapons in all of Destiny, and then Solstice comes along and says, hey, grind out our activities, and you'll have the opportunity to acquire tier 3 statted armor. I guess the question becomes, once you've obtained your triple 100 armor, after you've crafted your Austringer, arguably the best legendary 140 hand cannon in the game, after you've crafted Drang, and so on and so forth, you get my point. What's the next exciting loot grind when Bungie's basically given everyone everything on a silver platter? We're kind of reaching a point where Bungie's invalidating one of, if not the most important part of their game, the grind. Oh sure, there will always be exotic farming, and some of the world weapons to chase if that's your thing. But we're reaching a point where loot for any set activity has generally become pointless, whether you want to blame that on crafting or redundancy in the system. A lot of loot does overlap and basically does the same thing. In this potential future, activities will have to be fun and engaging, based on their own merit, not some arbitrary loot grind where we judge the activity as better or worse based on how little we have to play an activity before we never have to touch it again. And hey, I could be wrong, but judging an activity by how little you have to play it, instead of, I don't know, how enjoyable it is is probably an indication of bad design. Now, of course, fanboys might go, "But Joker, don't play," while also holding the opinion that sunsetting old content is necessary because no one likes and wants to play said old content, indicating an issue with game design and the ability to retain players after the loot incentive for the activity is gone. Now, it may sound like I'm complaining or beating a dead horse, but no, I'm genuinely curious to see how Bungie incentivizes the future of Destiny gameplay once everybody has perfect armor and god-rolled weapons. Like, where do you go next? When everybody is special, so no one's special, and we've all hit a loot ceiling, what does Bungie do next? What is the next white whale? I mean, yes, you could always go with the aesthetic for loot. Two of the same archetype of weapons, say 140 hand cannons, could statistically on paper be the same thing or near enough not to matter, but they look different, and maybe, just maybe, that will be enough. It's all subjective. For example, a lot of people might like the new Solstice arm, nothing wrong with that, but I think it's over-designed and tacky. Again, nothing wrong with that, it's all subjective. But yeah, those are my thoughts on the event itself. I'll do another video talking about the event in more detail later, once it's released. But I did want people to know about the armor. I know a not so insignificant portion of my fan base are still Destiny fans, and they're always looking for a reason to come back and play, but Bungie doesn't usually give it to them. While, as I said, I'm not excited to be playing yet another Horde mode, not Horde mode, the rewards of perfectly statted armor is too good to pass up, as this could very well be the last time you ever need to farm for armor again, outside of an armor 3.0 or a 4.0. So if you are still interested in Destiny, maybe, just maybe, you should take some time to grind out some god tier armor. I do hate that once again we're not here for the fun of the activity, but for what it offers. But hey, those are just my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comments below. Remember to like, but only if you did, subscribe for more, feel free to donate to my Patreon if you're feeling particularly generous, and above all else, stay frosty.